Euro currency opens up this week heading lower, much like it did late last week. Recall on Thursday, we got very close to the 112 level before reversing in the afternoon. All day Friday, we skidded lower, and then Monday we come in and we are open up south of 110, ending the day there as well. Ultimately, we got a few bits of data. We had some investor confidence numbers that were weaker than expected. Likewise, we had some ECB speakers talking about the need to normalize policy. However, looking at their reversing their asset purchases and raising rates may take a little longer than expected, looking to reverse their asset purchases, or end their asset purchases, I should say, by mid-year 2022, but not looking to raise rates until 2023. So right now they are a little bit behind the eight ball when it comes to other central banks. When you look at what's going on in the UK and what's going on here in the US, where central banks have already started to raise rates, hence why their currencies are a little stronger or on the charts versus the euro. Taking another step back, we look at the range of the euro going back to May of 2020. We traded 108 up to 123. March 7th, we got back to that 108 level, and we've since tried to push higher, but ultimately now we see it fading lower, getting back below 110, nearing that 108 level that we tested back in March on March 7th. Clearly, the chart's showing that we are nearing the bottom end of this trading range when you take a step back since the onset of COVID. Again, 108 to 123, and today we are hovering right around 109.70. Now, what does this all mean for volatility? Well, if you check out that CVOL index over at cmegroup.com, you'll notice that volatility has been in a bit of a holding pattern here, moving sideways. That's exactly what happened today. As we near the extreme levels, the extreme lows or highs, today being more leaning towards the lows, volatility tends to flatten out a little bit. If we break that level, it'll be interesting to see if volatility bids outside. When you bid outside of a long-standing range, typically volatility does go higher. We have not seen that yet. We haven't even seen any kind of grumblings of a move higher, but ultimately it's been trading sideways, sort of waiting for that next catalyst, a moment that may push it higher or lower. But in this case, as we near the lows, it's likely that we could see a move higher in volatility if we break below 108. Last, let's talk about the speculators and what they're doing. The CFTC reported on Friday that speculators were exiting their longs ever so slightly. They were big exiters throughout the month of March. We did see a modest uptick at the end of March, adding to longs, but we did see that last week. We saw them again exiting the longs ahead of the move lower that we saw from Thursday, Friday, and then today on Monday. So the euro currency opens the week exactly where it went out last week, inching ever so much lower, nearing that March 7th low of 108.